There was a recent media report that the Pelicans were the NBA team most likely to be sold.
Absolutely not. There is no way the Saints or Pelicans are ever going to be sold until I close my eyes permanently. No way.
Reports just wrong.
Of course they are, because we get calls, Lee, almost daily, people wanting to buy the Saints and or the Pelicans. And I mean, it's almost laughable. There is no way, as long as I'm going to be alive, that I would sell the Pelicans.
Why?
Well, Tom worked very hard to get the Pelicans here and worked very hard to have it become a championship team, which of course we haven't been successful in that, but I feel like one day we will be.
You don't lose money on the Pelicans, do you?
Well, we don't make as much as we'd like. It doesn't bring in as much as we'd like, but I mean, that's not what this is about.
But I guess the point is, the point I'm trying to make is that it's not like it's causing you to go,
no.
So there's no, why would you sell it, I guess is the question.
That is the exact question I ask Dennis. Every time somebody comes or calls and says, I want to buy the Pelicans or I want to buy the Saints, I say to Dennis, what would I do with that money? I have enough money. I don't need any more money. So why would I sell it? I love coming here every day to work. This is my passion, to be here at the office working with these guys. I don't have any reason to sell everything and sit home. That's not what I want to do in life. I've worked all my life. I had a design business for 30 years that I worked very hard. And when Tom Benson and I met, he said, you need to get rid of that. And I was reluctant because I felt like, gee, this is something I've worked 30 years for. But then my, interest changed a different direction, which I'm glad it did because Tom convinced me that this is what I needed to do. And, now this is my passion. This is the only thing I have in life. I mean, I come here every day.
Saints president Dennis Lauscha says the calls don't just come in for the Pelicans. Interested buyers also call for the Saints, too. Lauscha says he listens, but he ends every call the same way. Not interested.
I continuously say, look, I appreciate the phone call. We're not selling. And
some people say everything's for sale at the right price.
Not to the basketball team and the football team, to Mrs. Benson. Absolutely not. No, we've been offered some tremendous amounts of money for those teams. And all of them have basically been with the thought of, moving to a bigger market. And she will absolutely not have any of that. She won't even entertain it.
Like, how much for the Saints?
A lot. I'll just say a lot. And there's
multi-billion?
Multi-billion, yeah.
Over $2 billion.
And the basketball team as well, yeah.
Basketball team, how much?
Multi-billion.
Multi-billion?
Mm-hmm. She's not selling. So.
Recently?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I probably get a phone call once a month for the basketball team.
And what do you say?
We're not selling. Thank you very much.
Do you even listen?
I listen, yeah. I listen.
Out of respect or just curiosity?
Both, out of respect. Also, one day, knowing the position I'm going to be in one day, want to know how serious they are about maybe buying a team and keeping the team here long term. I mean, we talked about what happens when Mrs. Benson dies. I certainly don't want to say I'm keeping a Rolodex of people that have called, but certainly I keep that information for the future.
Lauscha will pick the next owner of the Saints and Pelicans. He hopes it's decades away. He's executor of Gayle Benson's estate. The plan is to set both organizations up so they essentially can't relocate. But the Pelicans likely need a new or renovated arena to lock up a long-term deal.
We're going to have to find a long-term solution, and we're talking about different ideas now, and we'll see where we go.
Is long-term solution renovation or a new arena?
It's a good question, difficult to answer. We've done 2 or 3 different renovation options and run those scenarios. Still not out of the picture. The beauty of the Superdome is that, you've heard this before, is how much space you have under the roof and how much space you have to work with. Not so much with the arena, but doesn't mean it's impossible.
How much money would be needed to renovate it?
I don't know. New stadiums for basketball teams are somewhere in the $500 to $700 million range. You know, I would say probably a little bit less than half, but again, that's speculation.
Would you like a new arena?
We'll have to figure that out. Yeah.
Have you looked at sites?
Everything's on the table, yes.
How do you sell it to taxpayers when, look, you've had Anthony Davis, you've had Zion Williamson, you see the Milwaukee Bucks win a title. Y'all have not been successful, quite frankly. How do you sell that to taxpayers?
Look, that's a great observation. And look, I'll be the first to tell you, before anyone ever says, should I keep the team here or should I move the team, you owe it to this market to put a winner on the court. We haven't done that yet. Really, this franchise has not done that. I mean, we've had some starts and stops over the entire course since the Hornets got here, but we have not had a sustained winner like we've had with the New Orleans Saints. I think before you can make any request, or make any long-term decisions about this franchise, you owe it to put a winning product on the court.
The likeliest scenarios would be to do a significant renovation to the arena or build a new one near the riverfront on this property the convention center owns.
You know, let's just say that there aren't very many places in New Orleans that could accommodate an arena. That's one of the few places, I think, in the city, in the core of the city, that might be available long term. It's the site, no secret, that we looked at years ago for a new stadium. And back in 2004, we actually modeled that location, and we had an outdoor stadium with no roof on that site. Now, there's some challenges, but there's also some, I think, advantages.
Are there any other locations?
I'm not aware of any that would be as good as that site.
Doug Thornton says a solution for the Pelicans arena needs to be reached within the next 5 years.
I think as agents of the state, we have to be looking ahead 5, 10, 15 years to keep our major assets in place. The Fortune 500 company that we have called the New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans. So it's prudent for us to be thinking about what do we do? Is an option to renovate and expand the current arena footprint? Is there a location on this campus somewhere else, maybe by taking down one of the garages or the old Macy's? Are there other locations in the city? So we're just at this point, evaluating what we might do 10 years down the road, whether renovate, build anew, we're not sure at this point.